If you're thinking about moving to the Orlando, Florida area, then you're going to want to know about one of Orlando's best suburbs that just keeps churning out these new construction homes like they're going out of style. Today, we're going to be touring two very different homes in one community that just started building, and we'll be addressing why so many are moving to DeLand, Florida, as opposed to Orlando itself. Of course, we're going to be discussing the details of the community along with the models and the pricing, but we're also going to address a real problem that homebuyers are having with new construction here in DeLand, Florida. Let's jump right into the first brand new home, which is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home on a 50-foot lot with 2,105 square feet. So as we get ready to head inside to our first of two very different homes, be sure you stick around for that other one because it's significantly different than this one. It's important to note that this community comes standard with the paver-lined walkways and driveways, and it's not a huge deal necessarily, but it does add a feel to a neighborhood. It does give it a feeling of elegance. You should also note that this builder has 8 different elevations, which gives a good bit of customization options. Now, we're not going to spend too much time here on the outside because we're going to be addressing the pricing, some neighborhood information, and one concern that I have about this home a little bit later on. Okay, so as we head back inside, I want to first point out the foyer. This area is kind of small, some would say, but as Charlie and I discussed this before, we feel like the hallways, the foyers, is a lot of wasted space, so I actually appreciate it. I appreciate how it's smaller. It is wider here at the beginning, leaving you space for a bench for be it junk or whatever you want to put there, maybe fresh flowers or whatever. I think
a shoe rack.
A shoe rack? Yeah, but that's kind of messy. Well, for a brand new home?
As long as it's like all in there nice and neat and nobody just throws them around.
I guess I can see that. I can see that. They painted this home with blue. This is not standard. We'll talk about the features that are the standard features that this home comes with in a bit. Not crazy about this blue. It does make me think of University of Michigan. Maybe put some colors around here, some maize around there, which we're going to see some maize in a little while. Maize? Not sure if it's maize, but
I don't know.
I don't know about it. But a lot of details here they've done here, and this is just a feature that is available, like the crown molding up top, all the way around. Great feature. I don't think it's in the rest of the home. I guess we'll find out in a bit. I don't recall seeing it in the rest of the home. On the floors, they have wood look tile throughout most of this home, and it's a nice look. It's a nice look for the home. Now, the first bedroom we're going to take a look at is what I'd call an office space, and it's up here in the very front of the home. There's a lot of great lighting here. Closet doors, pretty typical closet, nothing fancy. This is I guess this is gold. Maybe the maize, Charlie, is up top. What do you guys think? Is that maize?
Maize. What color is he saying?
Maize and blue. Maize and blue. University of Michigan, maize and blue.
Somebody in the comments tell me. I don't know what he's talking about.
It's like a gold. I don't know. I'm not crazy about the colors here. There's more craziness coming in a bit. One thing I do like about their colors is what they did with the closets. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera.
Yeah,
maybe you can zoom in, Charlie.
I think so. I think they can see it.
It's kind of a cream, and the cream and the white, the baseboards, it flows throughout much of the home, and I think it presents some good continuity. You also see on the walls, again, this is not standard, but they put some texture in it, and you know, for the price of these homes, a few upgrades, you can get a really, really nice home.
I want to show them this as well.
Okay, Charlie says it's green.
Tell me that doesn't look green. Tell me that doesn't look green.
It doesn't look green. It definitely does not look green.
It does too.
Let's head out of there. Let's check out this bathroom. First thing, I'm not crazy about the colors again, and I think that's a concern that I have. So I'm not crazy about the pink. I feel like the pink left us in the 60s, and not that I was born in the 60s yet, but I just think it's kind of run its course. But the tile does go all the way to the top, which I think is very nice, easy to clean. They do have a tub shower combo. Feels like plastic. I'd like to see them do something better there. Low toilet, again, I'm not crazy about that. And quartz countertop. So I don't mean to rag on them because this is a beautiful home, and as you're gonna see, there's a lot of features in this home that make it really, really, really worthwhile. So let's go ahead. Now that I guess maybe here's a good point to show this hallway. It's still wide enough, but a lot of homes just seem to have that big wide highway, and it's a lot of wasted space. while we're here, let's talk about what this home comes standard with. It comes standard with carpet in the bedrooms and tile in the wet areas, 42-inch cabinets, not soft close like these are upgraded, 9'4" ceilings, 8-foot front and sliding glass doors. They come with an Ecobee doorbell. I hope I said that right. The sales lady was telling me about it. It does not come with a washer, a dryer, or refrigerator. And the best thing, that, in my mind, of the packages, of the upgrades, is that there's no packages. And a lot of builders, what they'll do is they'll say, okay, you have 3 packages or 4 packages, and you're kind of resigned to that package, and you don't necessarily get what you want, but you're paying for it. Here, everything is pretty much strictly a la carte, and I think that's a great thing. We'll talk about the price of the upgrades, or rather the price of the home and all that, and some great features as well as some incentives after a bit. But let's go ahead and jump into the kitchen. First off, quartz countertops, just like was in the bath. Nice bar. Let me put these silly things down. Nice bar. And you see, can you see at the bottom down there, Charlie, how they brought the trim around, the color down there?
Oh yeah.
It's a small detail, very small detail, but it's very nice. Lighting, very good lighting in here. I really like what they've done. Plenty of recessed lighting, but you know, it's really good bit of good lighting in here. I know I'm going to say lighting like 12 times. Did I just say it?
You already
like
did say it 12
okay,
times.
lighting. Okay. So check out the colors again. Here's where I first noticed.
I did
the
also.
Cream. Okay, both of us here?
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't notice it in the bedroom, folks, until after it was here. Nice walk. I guess technically it's a walk-in pantry.
Let's see. Let me walk in.
So it's.
Hey, let me turn around and walk in.
There you go. You're in.
I'm in.
Okay.
All right, I'm coming out.
So as we're going to see the stainless steel refrigerator that does not come with it. This is the upgrade, of course. They do have a dishwasher, glass top stove, and I like this because it's a pinch top, so it's like kid free. You have to, or not kid safe, not kid free. Shouldn't have any kids on your stove, but kid.
What are you saying?
Kid free, kid safe. So it's super cool. 42-inch soft close cabinets. As I mentioned before, it's an upgrade.
I like the molding on top of them.
The chrome molding on top is nice. They've done a lot of nice details. And out here looking up, you can see the trim that they put in. Again, that's all an upgrade. The lights are an upgrade. But what an elegant feel we have here in this kitchen. The whole thing is fantastic. Nice backsplash in the back.
What color is that?
Well, that's blue.
Okay.
Do you see it as blue?
I see it as blue. Yes.
Okay, great.
I was testing you.
It's not pink. It's not
testing
pink.
you.
And of course, they have the. Okay, so we had a little bit of a technical difficulty there, folks. I don't know that we'll leave all that in, but the camera literally flipped itself around and got Charlie's mug right in it. It was pretty crazy. We were dying here, but let's get back to the tour. So as we take a look at the main living area here, I want to point out how open it is. I love it. They have, and I don't know that you would, I don't know that I would, but they've literally used 3 different rooms. They've made this like an office space. Over here, they've made the living area, and then over here, the dining area. I don't know if that's dumb, but I kind of like it. Maybe, I think most people are going to have the office space over there, and it's going to be a little bit much because their stuff is all out. In my office, I've got paperwork and everything that's messy. Let's go ahead and head into this bedroom here. And this is one thing about this home. Now, we've already ragged on 1 or 2 things. I'm going to rag on a couple things next. What in the world is going on with this wallpaper? I talked about 60s before, but it's crazy. I think it's just too much. So, but that's just my rant. Nice chair rail, still matching the same colors, and recessed lighting, of course. Beautiful home as a whole, but for crying out loud, if this builder was to give me this home, the first thing I would be doing is replacing this wallpaper, or just getting rid of the wallpaper. I'd just be painting it some other color. Now, one thing I'd noticed, and Charlie and I talked about this before, was the carpet. I mentioned that the carpet comes standard in these homes, and I just don't feel like the carpet here is comfortable. Maybe it's the style of carpet, maybe there's no pad. because it's the model. I don't know, but it just does not feel comfortable to me. This bedroom does have a walk-in closet. Not a huge closet, but it's a walk-in closet that I think is very nice for, just for an additional bedroom. Heading next, we're gonna see the bathroom. And you'll see here, there's dual vanities, and there's dual vanities, which is great because we're right between two bedrooms. Bedrooms are spread out well in this home. The primary we're gonna see shortly. Then there's that front one up at the front one that I call an office. And now these next two are right next to each other. So it's nice to have two sinks. And then the tub, similar to the other one, thank the Lord, they fixed the colors. They did somehow still find a reason to have mustard or maize or gold or whatever it is, or green as you might call it. They did still find a way or a place to keep it in here. So as we head now into the next bedroom, I do like what they did here, even though they stuck with that same gold color. They made something out of it. They painted it uniquely, good, nothing crazy. Again, the carpet is kind of plain, just not comfortable. If I'm spending this kind of money, and again, we'll be coming to the price in a while, but if I'm spending that kind of money here, I want comfortable carpet. Nothing really to say about the laundry room aside from they do have cabinetry, soft close cabinetry in here. And if you want a washer and dryer, back here it's away from the primary bedroom suite on the front office. It is next to bedrooms 2 and 3, so whoever's next to these bedrooms may not appreciate the washer or the dryer going late at night.
They'll appreciate their short walk to it though.
They will appreciate their short walk to it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the garage. Now, it's not that I want to go in the garage because the builder has some things going on in here. They have some ceiling fans and whatnot, but I want to point out the water heater.
Oh, sorry.
You okay?
I kicked the ceiling fan.
No, don't break it. Water heater, they put a hybrid water heater.
Oh yeah.
Now, I am not an expert on these things, but what I do know is that here in Florida, it gets hot. And the garage, because most homes have no air conditioning in the garage, is the hottest room in the entire house. And so these hybrids, now maybe somebody can tell me differently, maybe I'm completely off base here, but I believe what it does, it takes the heat from the garage and somehow circulates that into the water and spits cool air out. So fantastic feature, big part of these homes. This builder does a lot with their energy efficiency. They do a really nice job with that. There's smart home features. You can show them right here if you like, Charlie.
Oh yeah.
You can see that right there, right by the garage. So there's that. Coming back through the hallway, you're gonna see they've used nice colors, nice lighting. They did paint that vent again at the top. I don't know how I feel about that. What do you think? Should it be white?
I like it. It's gonna hide the dust that I inevitably will collect up there.
Okay, well let's go ahead and head outside. This home, as I mentioned before, well, let's not head outside. Let's go ahead and hit the primary suite.
First,
what do you think?
We're coming to outside, but not there yet. I won't show them.
So, primary bedroom is in the back corner of the home, as I mentioned before. Kind of secluded, which I think is very nice. But yet again, their interior designer has done something insane.
Unique?
You can call it unique. Maybe that's the politically correct word. Maybe I'm offending somebody. I'm sorry if I offend you, but I just don't understand parakeets in green. I once did this in my bathroom, tried to do some kind of theme like this. And
was it your idea?
It was my idea, and it was like somebody threw up all over the wall. It was really bad. It was really bad. This primary bedroom is very large, good lighting again. They have recessed lighting, some really cool features. And a lot of these home tours, we see a lot of cool lights.
Mm-hmm. I like how they kept the tile floors in here.
Yes, right. They took them out. We have carpet in the other bedrooms, but they did leave tile here. So very nice. You're going to see the same cream along the bottom, which is nice. And maybe that will help hide the, some dirt and stuff. Scuff marks, I guess is a better word. So as we head into the bathroom, you're going to see the shower. Nothing crazy here. Wait till you see the shower in the other bathroom. It's pretty wild over there. But just so hang around for that. Water closet, also known as a
poop room.
So I like it. They did use a different tile in here, a lighter tile, which gives a glow, not a glow, a sheen.
I like a glow. I think a glow works.
Okay. Dual vanities in here. This primary bathroom is okay. Nothing like the next one we're gonna see, but good lighting, good colors, 30-inch cabinetry here. Where are you going? You going?
I want to go in.
You gonna take a shower?
Can I go in?
Yeah, man. I'll turn the water on.
No, don't turn the water on.
Okay.
All right, I made it in. Sorry, I just wanted them to see it.
I do like the colors in there. So
it looks nice.
I can maybe the interior designer for this builder can forgive me. But then check this out. Check out this huge walk-in closet.
Oh yeah.
For a 2,100 square foot home, this is a massive closet, and I absolutely love it.
I love it. I love the tile in here again.
They did a really nice job with it. I don't think this bathroom is the best, but there are bathrooms that are worse. But in this price range, this price point, they tend to be smaller. So let's go ahead and head outside. Now you're going to see again the 8-foot tall sliding glass door, and let me open this baby up. You guys know I like to slide when they're triple pocket sliders, which this is not. We're going to see something similar to that in the next home, though. They are nice and wide. Out back, there's a nice large lanai. I'm saying this is what, 12 by 12?
Yeah, I would say 14 by 12.
Okay, very large. It does not come with a ceiling fan. I believe I was told it does not come with a ceiling fan. Gracious, I wish I had those glasses now. So,
what is this? Why do they do this? It's really, oh no, it's kind of
I guess they just connect the two things. Yeah, I don't really understand why they do this, because this is going to be in the weather. I don't know, it's wet there. I don't know how I like it. I'm not sure. I think I'd rather have the grass. If I wanted this done, I'd just enclose it maybe.
I can see that.
But I think I'd rather just have a little bit of a yard. So over here, well, right here, you may be able to hear it, Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
Here, I'll try to zoom in and show him.
Well, you can't really see it through the trees.
Nah,
it's
not
pretty
really.
thick there, but I can hear it just a little bit. Over here on this side of the neighborhood is just single family residential homes. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the location here. Well, this property, this community is located on the east side of DeLand, really a natural setting. It's been woods here for years and years, and we're probably 10 or 12 minutes from downtown DeLand. I-4 is just, well, depending on whether you go north or south, you know, a few miles away. Daytona Beach, New Smyrna Beach are about 30 minutes. Orlando is probably 35 or 40 minutes, and Sanford and Lake Mary are probably 20 or 25 minutes. When they put this road in, you know, going back to the idea of it being a natural setting, I remember probably 25 years ago when maybe the first time I came on this road, I don't remember, but I remember being on this road anyways as I ramble, and thinking, what in God's name is the city of DeLand doing with this area? Because they have this big old road and nothing going on. Well, folks, now I see it. There's a ton of new construction all around this area and throughout DeLand, and helping you to pick, you know, picking the right one can be difficult. You know, maybe you want a new home, maybe you want a home with a big lot or in a big house. Maybe you want a 55 plus community, because there's plenty of them. Maybe you just want something very inexpensive, or you want fancy amenities. Look, we help people move here from all around the country, and they're not all asking about new construction. Sometimes they're asking for mobile homes or heck, any of these things. Just give us a call and we can help you find whatever it is that you're looking for. As we head over to the other model, which is very different, and you're going to find a different tone from me, let's address what this little neighborhood offers. Well, this little community has 425 single-family residential homes and 118 townhomes right here on Martin Luther King Boulevard here in DeLand. There are two builders in here that's not built out yet, but they're going to have a resort-style pool. They're going to have walking trails, a playground, and a dog park. The HOA is going to run you $75 a month, and they also have a CDD of $140 a month for the 50-foot lots and $152 for the 60-foot lots. Now, the previous home we looked at was on a 50-foot lot. This one is on a 60-foot lot. Now, this HOA is much lower than you're going to get in many other neighborhoods. Right here, there's a great big neighborhood right next to us that we recently did a community on, and that HOA is probably 3 times what this one is. So let's go ahead and take a look on the inside of this home and try to give you an idea of what this home offers. Okay, so as we head in to the second home that is very different from that first home, and you're going to see the differences and throughout this home. The very first difference we're going to see is look up, Charlie, and check out that space, how tall it is.
Oh yeah.
It just gives you a grand feel. The wide space here as we enter. I know I was ragging on the wasted space earlier, and I do, but this home is 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, a 3-car garage, and over 4,400 square feet. So there's plenty of space here. So down low, let's take a look first at the floors. Vinyl flooring throughout. Beautiful, beautiful flooring, similar to what we saw at the last floor. Then right here, you're gonna see the first room. Now this is set as a den, but this builder gives you all sorts of options, as I mentioned before, not the packages. This builder has put these walls out. You can move them back, but the walls can come here. When they come in close, you have a French door, which is a very nice feature.
Great for an office.
Great for an office. Speaking of the office, there's a closet here with this. That closet is just great for storing your junk, or you can have it as a butler's pantry that goes on through. So again, this is not a home for a small family. This is a very different home. This builder actually has a multi-generational model, also sits on the 60-foot lot, and you can get it for like 7 bedrooms, and it comes with a 3-car garage, as I mentioned, but for the multi-generational model, you give up one of those garage sections and they actually put another room in there with a kitchenette. So it's fantastic for, you know, family members or junior or whatever, whoever you want to put in that kitchenette. Another difference between this home is 5-foot baseboards. I believe throughout this home, you're going to see 5-foot baseboards. We didn't even talk about that in the other home. They were just 3-foot baseboards. And then lastly, as we look up top, you're going to see the texture, what they put in, another upgrade, but it gives this room a very elegant feel. And although the first home was nice, I think there's a whole different feel as we enter this home.
How do we feel about the color in this home compared to the last one?
3 words, night and day.
Yeah, that one was
Completely
night, this one's day.
That's right, that's right. Absolutely beautiful. Wainscoting here, the blue, it's not a dark, crazy bold blue that just punches you. It's more moderate, a little bit more neutral even. Garage is through here. This home comes standard with a 3-car garage, 60-foot wide lot. And then there's the bathroom. We're gonna go down here. Now this bathroom is important to note. All we're gonna see is a sink and a toilet, just a pedestal sink. This is so that they can be ADA compliant with their models.
I like the tile in here.
It is nice tile, nice tile. I don't think we saw anything like that in the other home, and there's just a little bit of color in it too. I think
Yeah, there is.
You might have just got it.
I did.
It's a nice feel,
good.
but the colors overall are nice. Look at the blue, how they use this now. It's still a wallpaper
Yeah.
kind of
Look, if
look,
nothing else.
but I think they did a nice job with it. And
I agree.
This home, despite the size, the massive size, very different. Now, Charlie, look up, head up.
Let's
Check
see.
that out.
Oh yeah, here, let me get over here and kind of, can I
say-
go ahead and show them?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
all
say
right.
holy guacamole. That's what I say.
Get that.
So we're gonna get up there in a bit.
Yeah.
For now, let's stay down here and let's get to the heart of the home, and that's the kitchen.
Amen.
Okay, plenty of lighting, waterfall quartz countertops, plenty of room for bar stools. Because if you got a home of this size with over 4,400 square feet, you might have a lot of people here. Nice large storage. In here, they did put wooden shelving as opposed to the standard rail that we've previously seen. And it's a great touch. Stainless steel appliances they put in. Again, 42-inch soft close cabinetry. I am a little disappointed to see more gold. I thought we left all that. That interior designer just had to have it. But it still looks nice. They did a really, really nice job with the color. The backsplash goes all the way around here, all the way around the kitchen. Plenty of counter space. This home, I don't know, I ragged on the other one. I feel like maybe I'm just gonna kind of do the opposite. I really like this one. Nice large sink, farm style sink, built-in button for the garbage disposal, which is something that like so often we kind of see that just ignored, and they're still putting a switch underneath. I think it's unnecessary. Cabinetry, again, the crown's up top. Well, not much storage there. Maybe a thing of olive oil.
It's a real vent
wine.
hood. You'd be surprised to see how rare that is.
Right, that's true. I believe that's an upgrade as well.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Check me on that. Maybe they didn't check with the builder. Right. Samsung appliances, glass top stove on this. It is not kid safe, but it's pretty typical stuff. Double oven.
Oh yeah, that's an upgrade.
Love this. Check out the colors.
That's a nice one. Oh, we got your blue again.
Oh yeah, baby.
I know you like that.
Love that. And then over to the dining area, you're going to see the top, the ceilings again, kind of like that office space. Look how big it is. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it from where you are, Charlie, but there's entrance to the patio here as well. So there's 4 doors that access it. Now you might say, well, what do you need that for? Well, here in Florida, where we live, here in Central Florida, in the winter months, in the spring and in the fall, it can get really nice. And a lot of times we're opening our windows and letting that air fly. And this home, with the size of it, I think that's something you're really going to appreciate. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the primary bedroom.
Okay.
I think we've showed this area.
I just want to show it a little bit more so they can kind of take it in a little bit.
Yeah, bring it. What do you think of that chandelier up top? It's gold.
More gold.
More gold. They still like it. Now, the designer that this builder has used is probably one of the premier designers in the world, and I'm just smoking them. I apologize, but if that's what I'm doing, if I'm wrong, I'll just apologize now. So as we enter the primary bedroom, you're going to notice the walls. They're the first thing. Real nice texture. Way to break it up. It's still white. They didn't do anything crazy. They didn't try to do anything crazy in here. They are sticking with the 5-inch baseboards at the bottom.
Oh yeah, that's a nice upgrade.
So there's a couple features in this home. We're going to look at one now that I love, and that's the primary suite. There's a couple features in a few minutes we're going to get to, but let's go ahead and jump in.
Here.
Let's not jump in. Let's walk in to the primary bedroom suite.
All right,
First off, 2 walk-in closets, and not just 2 rinky-dink walk-in closets. These are nice-sized closets.
Oh yeah. I'm going to just kind of walk in and show them.
I love it.
All right. Here.
I do love it. And then in the bath, you're going to see two vanities. 2 quartz top vanities, different levels for a makeup sink. Is that what it's called? Is it called a makeup sink?
I don't, well, it's not a sink, so how could it be a makeup sink?
Makeup shelf? I don't know. I think it's a great little thing that they've done.
Is that where you would do your makeup?
No, I do my makeup elsewhere.
Oh, okay.
No makeup for me, folks, just to be clear. I don't do that. And this home, still they're using the short toilet. Maybe they have the upgrade. And of course, there's plenty of storage. Nice size closet there. Let's check out the shower. I guess I'd be remiss if I didn't address the tub right in the middle. I think it's very nice.
I like it right in the middle.
Sometimes they put them like between the sinks on a wall and it doesn't fit. This seems like
it belongs there.
It belongs there. It's good use of space.
It feels open but still usable.
Yes, and more gold.
Now of that, and we got another vanity over here just to show you.
Check out the shower.
Some good light.
This is a jumbo shower.
Oh yeah.
Again, respectable colors.
Yep.
I think they could have put 2 heads in here.
I agree.
I think, it's so big, you could sleep in this thing. Hurricane's coming. You're freaking out about a hurricane. They say go to the bathroom. We're worried about tornado. Maybe you come here, you bring your twin-size mattress in there.
I'm not sleeping on a tile floor. You can sleep on a tile floor if you want.
No, I'm saying bring an air mattress in. If you're freaking out about it. Now, you do still have windows. They have a good window here. I don't understand right here by the shower and all this, why they put a window. Maybe you're just gonna need to frost that yourself. I'm not really sure, but I absolutely love this primary bedroom suite. So let's go ahead and let's address something before we head upstairs. So as we leave the primary bedroom suite, let's address hurricanes, because so many people from all around the country and all around the world seem to think that we are just ravaged by hurricanes every single year. And while we do have hurricanes, and this year we're expecting a heavy dose of them, they're not necessarily a tragedy every time. Oftentimes we'll have hurricanes come and they're giving us 40 mile an hour winds that we can get on a typical day, one of our afternoon thunderstorms that are so common here in the Central Florida area. Hurricane insurance, well, that's simply obtained by having homeowners insurance. Typically there is a 2 or 2.5% deductible that's associated with that, but if your home is trashed, you're typically content paying that 2.5% deductible. Now, why do people move to Florida, to DeLand? Well, people move to DeLand first and foremost because it's less expensive here in the DeLand area throughout Volusia County than it is down in, say, Seminole and Orange counties. It's just much less expensive. Myself, it has nothing to do with affordability. It has everything to do with charm. Look, guys, Orlando is fine, but I hate going down there. I would not want to live in Orlando for anything. I cannot stand the traffic. I cannot stand the noise. I like the charm of downtown, the little restaurants, the shops, the ice cream, the art, Stetson University. I think that is a big deal and a big reason why so many people come to DeLand as opposed to Orlando. DeLand has a lot of rural land, especially out on the north and the west sides of town. DeLand runs out into Lake County where it's quite rural. So if you want farmland or something like that, maybe that's the place. Just let us know where you want to be and we will help guide you based on what your needs and what your wants are. We have much less traffic here in the DeLand area and there's a lot to do. We have the St. Johns River out on the west side of town. There's 3 springs accessible, well, I could say 4 springs, but two springs right here that we can swim in. 72-degree water, it's fantastic. We go there a lot. We have Skydive DeLand. There's all sorts of lakes and rivers, not just on the St. Johns River, but throughout Central Florida, there's a lot of lakes here. There's a lot in the way of arts, a lot of shops and restaurants, Stetson University, and the DeLand area is really close to everything. The beaches, Orlando, as I mentioned before, are super close by. Plus, DeLand has all sorts of homes. We have 55 plus. We have a couple 55 plus communities, really great ones right here. One of them's within a mile, well, maybe 2 miles of this community itself. We have single family residential, we have condos, we have townhomes, we have all sorts of planned communities like Victoria Park, communities like this, all sorts of them. We have historical homes, we have luxury homes, and we have all sorts of farms and land. So no matter what you're looking for, simply reach out. We can help guide you to the right home. So let's go ahead and let's head upstairs. So now that we're upstairs, we're going to look at a couple different things, but I want to first point out the loft. We spoke of the loft before. Charlie, look down here. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's
okay.
Front door.
Right, very and nice. Then show the other side over here. Show this big open space in front of us. And you can see everything from up here. You can literally see just about every single room from here. Now, let's spin over here and show them this loft, okay? Show them this loft. Well, this loft can be converted into a bedroom, another primary bedroom suite, and then this open space that you see out front here can be converted into a loft. So this loft space we have simply moves. I think it's a fantastic feature. This builder gives so many options. You can do whatever you want with these builders. They really do a great job. Again, good use of colors and texture. Same floors upstairs as downstairs. And let's go ahead and head into the laundry room. I don't think there's anything crazy in the laundry room. Nice colors, quartz countertops, a little bit of storage space, but plenty of cabinets down low. I think upstairs, this is the only storage per se, aside from the bathrooms and the bedrooms.
There was a couple closets right as you walked in the front door.
Okay. So I mentioned this builder has a lot of options. They can do a lot of things. And this room, this home has a lot of ways it can be flipped. So now as we head into the Jack and Jill, you're going to see the same good use of colors, contrary to what they did before. Now, it's important to note that the colors are not an upgrade, so you can't just pay more for that. Now, speaking of paying, we will come to pricing here in a bit, but you know, if you want to paint it, you're going to need to hire a painter, or maybe just paint the thing yourself. It's not that hard to paint a room. Same 5-inch baseboards up here. A lot of times builders will cut those down and have a smaller baseboard up top. Now, as we enter the Jack and Jill room, the Jack and Jill bath, you're going to see dual quartz top sinks because you have, well, Jack and Jill. And then in the bath, you're going to see tile all the way up. They do still have the same tub, same toilet, which I'm not crazy about, but those are potential upgrades that you can get. I don't know actually if the builder will allow you to do that. This room is one of my favorites in this home. It has a walk-in closet, nice size walk-in closet.
Oh yeah.
Great use of color.
It's a great size.
Simple lights. Yep. Very nice what they've done in here. So let's go ahead now and let's talk about the carpet. Hold on, Charlie, before we leave.
Sorry.
Let's talk about the carpet. Now, I ragged on the other home and the carpet. Now, same builder built these two homes. Now, it is simply a matter of preference, but to me, it just doesn't seem as though they're the same ones at all, because the carpet up here just feels much better, and it's almost as though it's a complete different home.
I wonder if it's an upgraded carpet.
Maybe it is an upgrade. I'm not sure.
You'll have to give us a call and find out.
It's certainly different, right? We can certainly find that out. So this room here is a front bedroom, single door, nice size closet.
Yeah.
Closet? Did I say closet?
I don't know what you said.
Closet.
Do you know what you said?
Closet. I don't know what I said half the time. So then we're gonna head into the next bath. You know, this home is so big.
They got a lot of doors in here.
They do, but let's see.
Let's see.
Look what they did.
Hey.
They actually don't clash.
Yay.
They actually.
Okay,
close.
I'll accept that.
We'll
Passable.
Cut them some slack.
Passable.
Cut them some slack. So often these doors, they don't work together, and it just seems like they could figure that out. In here, of course, they have a walk-in shower. Nothing fancy. It's just a pan on the bottom.
Come on, your poop room.
Same poop room. Same old poop room. Nothing fancy there. Nice flooring. Good use of color again.
Oh, yeah.
Everything in this house seems to match well, you know. Now this room, another great room, has a walk-in closet. Check out this closet, Charlie. Well, no, you go in there first.
Oh yeah, just as big as the other one. We didn't really show
Yes.
you the other one, but they're very big closets.
Yeah, probably 5 foot by 6 foot.
Yeah,
I'd
pretty
say.
big.
Yes. Now we're gonna head back downstairs, but because we're gonna show we're gonna take a look at the outside. We're gonna address some other issues. Right now, I want to address a problem that DeLand is facing, and that is growth. You know, DeLand, we have right here, within probably a quarter mile, there's 3 communities here, 3. And they're not 3 with, 100 homes each. They're probably 500 homes, probably 1,500, 2,000 homes throughout this area. Not to mention Crestwind DeLand, which is a 55 plus community that's just up from us probably 3 miles or so. So every builder is going to tell you how great that their home is. And I respect that because they believe in the product they're selling. But what they don't tell you is about the better ones. Maybe they have a great community, but maybe it's not right for you. Maybe you're budget community, maybe you're budget conscious or something like that. So if you want to know what the best builder is, because we know all the builders in the area, we've been selling homes here for years and years, or the best community, all you have to do is reach out. We've been doing this. We work with a lot of different realtors in the area, so oftentimes homes are coming to market that aren't on yet, but they're coming. So with that in mind, let's go ahead, let's take a look outside, and then we'll address some pricing and some incentives that this builder is offering. So let's head outside now. Now before we go, hold on. Take a look at the 2 sliding glass doors.
Okay.
Really nice feature. In a minute, you're going to see a third sliding glass door.
Here,
I'll let you come out. It's smoking hot out here. There's that third door.
Yep.
So I'm gonna head out. Now, I don't wanna skip the huge lanai. Very private on both sides.
Oh yeah.
So oftentimes builders will put these lanai spaces, they'll put them out on one end or the other, and then there's no privacy. And Charlie, if you're able to come peek over here on the other one where we were, you'll see the lanai, and it's nice, but it does have that lack of privacy piece.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I'd much rather be here. So they did the same thing with this concrete. Maybe that interior designer can tell us what this is about, because they're probably hating us. I hope not. I hope I haven't made an enemy.
I just don't know what their purpose is. Like, why are they here?
Maybe for a planter? I don't know.
I feel like,
I want to address this here. These fireplaces, it's a gas fireplace. They're really nice. We don't use them a lot in the wintertime. Personally, I think they're kind of silly because you're only going to use them 4 or 5 times a year here in Florida, because although it does get cold, and it'll only get down to freezing probably, what do you think, Charlie? Some years 5 times, 6 times?
Yeah, some years that's all we get.
Other times we don't even get that. So let's go ahead and let's address some pricing. So I mentioned before the models. There's 8 models in this home. And as of today, the homes in this community, now there's 2 builders in here. That's important to note too. This builder's homes run from $390,000 to $585,000 as a base. This builder that we're in now is 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and I don't know if I said over 4,000. There's 3,800 square feet in this home on a 60-foot lot. And the base for this home is $559,990. But as it sits, $800,000 in that range. So all the details from the everything. I'll just say everything because there's so many I'm stumbling with them here. The other smaller model was 4 bedrooms, 3 baths with a 2-car garage on 2,100 square feet on a 50-foot lot. The base for that home was $419,990. Now I believe that home with all the upgrades is right around $550,000. But you're not going to get a home in that price range down in Orlando for that type of home. If you want to know more about this model, if you want to know more about a home in DeLand or anything real estate related anywhere here in the Orlando area, simply give us a shout. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.